Howdy everyone, James here. Haven't been posting any videos lately. Life has been getting in the way of that. Weather especially has been getting in the way of that. It's been way too windy to take the kayak out. So today we're doing another mod to the kayak, one that will make going out in the wind a whole lot more bearable. That's going to be trolling motor. I've been wanting to put a trolling motor on this thing for the longest time. Time has finally come. That's what we're going to do today. I'm going to mount it to my rod holder here temporarily. I need to repair it anyway, so I figured I'm going to put make it come off to the side mount there, and see how that works. Like I said, it's going to be temporary. The game plan is to put it in the back and have it rear mounted, and then have the foot stops up here control the turning. So that's what I'm going to do eventually. Alright, so what we did off camera is I sanded the inside of this on both sides here, hoping that our pipe will slide all the way through here. And what I'm doing is replacing this section that I broke off of my rod holder here. It was underneath the boat, underneath the trailer, and I ran it over and broke it one day. So we're going to replace this. We're switching this T out with this cross fitting here because we're putting this pipe. This is what the trolling motor is going to mount to, and I'm fairly certain it's going to hold, but I'd prefer to have more leverage on it rather than just the little 2 inches that this would go into this. So I sanded the edges down, the lips that prevent the pipe from going in too far. Sanded those smooth. Hopefully we can slide the pipe all the way through. Now what we're going to do is measure this, see how long this is. We'll cut this to this length. We've got to use the heat gun to soften it up to shove it through this rod holder because it's too big, otherwise it won't fit in there. I've had to do it before. This is cheap stuff. It's very flexible. Pipe cutters won't cut it. I'm going to have to use a jigsaw to cut it once I get that far. So let's go ahead and measure it up, get this piece cut, and heat it up with the heat gun to shove in here. Like I mentioned, got to heat this up to soften it up to shove it in this rod holder here. And just like that, slides right in there when it's soft. Now that it's in there, it'll harden, and I'll be able to pull it out, but it'll keep its shape now. So this smooth side is the side we want coming out this way. So we're going to put it in here. Well, there we go. Alright, so now this won't go in this anymore because of the little lip. That's why I sanded it down. So there's that. It's a little long. I need to cut a couple inches off. That should be about perfect right there. And we'll come up, we'll put the 45 on here. I've got a coupler, actually. be about it. Let's see here. 7. That's perfect right there. Oh, this is a little soft. This is shrunk down, I mean, a little bit. So once we get that pipe glue, this won't be loose anymore. It'll tighten right up. Now we need this. This is a coupler. Now we measure the length here. 11.5. Hopefully we have enough of this pipe. Probably not going to. Alright, we got our piece cut here. I do not have enough to go all the way through this cross-fitting like I wanted to. So we're going to have to buy some more of that. Well, let's mock this up to this. Make sure it's the way we want it. And it is. I think this side might be a little bit shorter than that side over there. We could raise it up some. I'll probably raise it up. That's what I'm going to do. Raise it up so we got this piece here. Essentially, we're done. Almost. I'm going to mock this up in here just to see if what I want to do is going to work. So I'm pretty certain. Like I said, I'm pretty certain it is. So we're going to have this here, and then we're going to have a shorter piece. And like I said, this wood here. This wood, I know for sure I need to be about 7 inches long with it. So we will measure this out and go ahead and cut it to the length that I would like. Alright, we got our wood cut. So the game plan is, I've got some hose clamps. Like I said earlier, this is all temporary, just to hold the trolling motor here until I get all the means to mount it in the rear. I gotta get a bunch of wiring, some cables, all kinds of stuff. So I don't feel like fooling with that right now. Today's Wednesday, I'm trying to get out on the water Saturday. I don't have time for all this. So we're going to do this for now. Get it the way we want it. And then we will do the rear mount later on. Now we're going to mount it up just to make sure it's going to work the way I want to. I'll loosen these up. Alright. Hose clamps were getting in the way. Alright. As you can see, it's fully mounted now. I think it's going to work great. I think what we'll do though, this is wanting to spin from the weight. I know once this is glued, it won't spin as easily. But I think what I'm going to do is, since I got to buy more of this large, this 1.25" pipe, I'm going to go ahead and buy another one of these cross fittings here and splice one in on the other side and just have this pipe run all the way across. That way it can't spin at all. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get that pipe, splice it in over there to another one of these, and it's going to be perfect. I'm not traveling down the road with this. This will just be on here when we're fishing. So this is going to be great. So I've got to go to the store, obviously, and buy some more pipe and buy another one of those fittings there, those cross fittings. Alright, so we're back from Lowe's. Picked up some pipe glue while we were there. Got a T-fitting because I didn't need this cross fitting over there. Just get the T-fitting. And I got probably 4 foot piece of pipe here. So we can go ahead and splice this in on the other side, and we're gonna get this going. Alright. So I'll mark this other side in 2 spots where I need to cut it. I need to cut about 1.5 inches out of it for this to fit in there and be about level here with this. So let's try that. All right, there's that. Oh, this is falling apart on me. Now that's all cleaned up. Let's start with this. We're going to cut this at 4 feet, and we'll cut down from there, because I know 4 feet is going to be too long. This is stuff we'll cut with this. Alright. Now it's time to find out if what we did here is going to work like I want it to. Go all the way through. Alright, after a little coercion, we got it in all the way through, just like I planned. Was not easy at all, but we made it happen. That's all that matters. What I'm going to do before I put all this back together, I'm going to take these screws out here because they're all pretty much loose. And I'm going to put some sealing in the holes just to try to stop any future water leaks that might be caused by these. The water splashing over the side of the kayak here and getting down into these holes. Definitely worth a little bit of prevention. Oh, shit. That was full of water. How? I have no idea. Well, obviously from it being a kayak, that's how it got full of water. But it was alright. Because it's in the garage, not in the kayak. Should have tried to find me some clear sealer, but oh well. Ain't no big deal. Alright, now that that's done with, we get back at it here. Let's see here. That. I don't want to go down in here. Alright. Now we got that here. We got it tied in over here. Now we'll continue to put the rest of this back together. Alrighty. See what we're working with here. Maybe shorten this up just a hair. It looks like it's going to be about it right there. See if I can pull any of this apart and put some glue on it. This and our 2x4 on here. Right, that's on there. Let me make sure it's out away from the kayak enough. Oh yeah. Alright, this is what we're working with. I'm going to cut this here and then it'll be done. Hopefully we can get this done real quick. Alright, I'm sure you guys want to see it run, as do I. We'll put the battery back here for now. You guys fell over. Alright. So here it is in its final resting position. It does work. Alright, there you have it. Trolling motor's installed. I will pull this whole contraption back off and spray paint it to match the rest of it, because I'm not a fan of the whole white with the rest of it being tan. I spray painted it tan to match a kayak, so we're going to get this spray painted up and hit the water Saturday. Thanks for tuning in.